Well, and a fine morning to you, Val Henry, in sunny Warragul.
Oh, yes, it's inclined to rain a bit, but thank you. Lovely to be here.
Now, you were a bonny town girl. You grew up in Warragul, didn't you?
I did, yes, many years ago.
You would have had electricity then, wouldn't you?
Yes, in Warragul we did, yep.
And I know a woman's not supposed to reveal her age, but I'm just wondering if you could tell us what year you were born.
Long time ago, 1935.
Ah,
Wow.
So you remember wartime?
Oh, not really, no. 35, I know Mum and Dad used to listen to the wireless in those days, but no, I don't really remember.
Oh, okay, so you didn't grow up with this sort of fear of the bomb or anything?
No.
Okay, well, that's all right, but you would have been subject to rationing and things like that, wouldn't you?
Yes, we used to have ration books. You have to get your sugar and...
ration books.
Yes. You had to use them to get sugar and meat and butter, I think, to, allowed so much a month. So, no, that was interesting. Poor old Mum and all the mums had trouble.
Now, talking about butter, they were the good old days when there was a dairy in Warragul, wasn't there?
Oh, my word. Alderson and Nielsen with a factory in Warragul. Yep.
And what happened? Did the cart horse clop around and leave milk bottles at your door? Or
Yes, yeah. Nash's, there was a little dairy in Warragul in Elwood Street, and they used to come and fill our billy up. And that was great. Nice, lovely milk just straight from the cows.
Oh, they'd fill your billy up?
Oh, yeah, fill the billy up. They had their pint little measure things, and they'd dip it out of the bigger thing and into the our billy, and it was good.
I know, someone would have, OHS would have a fit these days, all nice and fresh and unpasteurised.
Ah, that's right, not pasteurised or anything like that. No way.
Now, your family wouldn't have had a car, or would they?
Yes, we had a car. Dad was the plumber, and he had a utility.
Oh, he would have had to travel around. He would have gone out into the country a lot too as a plumber, look after the farmers.
He did. He used to go to Mountain View, out to O'Connor's, and he did a lot of work out that way at Mountain View, putting up windmills.
My area. Oh, windmills.
Windmills. He used to put up windmills and do all sorts of things for the poor old farmers.
Well, he'd probably put up all those lovely windmills at O'Connor's.
Possibly. Yes, he used to do a lot of work for O'Connor's, old Jack O'Connor and all them, and he used to often talk about them.
Did you go with him on some of these farm journeys?
No.
What, too busy running around town going wild?
No. I was a nice, quiet girl in those days.
Oh, and that's right, because
not really.
You mentioned before that you remember your mum strapping you up into a sort of a girdle or corset, because that was the thing of the times.
Oh, I'll never forget that. She had to lace me up, and it was awful. It didn't last long, I'll tell you.
Why not?
Oh, I think I just told her I wasn't going to wear them. And poor old Mum.
Terrible thing to do, hey?
Yeah. Though I think they did that to some of the young girls to try and get them into shape, and I've never been any shape at all, and I'm still having trouble, so I don't worry anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what sort of things did you get up to around town as a kid?
Mum and Dad used to keep us under the thumb a bit, but as I got on into my teens, I played netball, or it was basketball in those days. We used to go over to the high school at Warragul, and there used to be a good big competition, and had a lot of fun there.
But I mean, things like out in the country, for me growing up, we went and caught rabbits, picked blackberries, climbed trees. You didn't have those things to do, did you?
No, my brother used to just go up not far from home, up the South Road here, and climb trees, but we never did that. But now and again, Dad would say, come on, we'll get in the old ute and we'll go out and we'll catch a rabbit. And we used to think that was wonderful. Dad would go and shoot a rabbit or two and bring them home. They were lovely.
Poor town people, you missed out.
That's right. Missed out on the country life. Yeah.
Now then, you made up for that, didn't you? Now
yeah.
you actually cast your net far and wide, and you got hold of a bloke right out in the sticks, didn't you?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I had my eye on him for a while. I was only about 18, and used to go to the dances at the old RSL Hall. And this tall, big, strong fella, and I got my eye on him, and he used to play footy for Warrigal, and I thought he wasn't bad, and I don't know whether he thought the same, but anyway, we ended up together. He took me out to the first date on his 24th birthday.
Oh, did you marry an older man?
I did. I was only 19 when I married, and we were married on his 25th birthday.
Oh, now how was that? Because you were a town girl and well behaved apparently, or allegedly, and then all of a sudden, what, you're out there, and I reckon that'd be a shock to the system. You're out there in the middle of nowhere on a farm, surrounded with mud and tiger snakes and kids. Now, was that a shock or what?
It was a bit of a shock. Oh, if I hadn't have thought much of the old fella, you know, my poor old husband, I would have had a fit, you know, but we got by, and we improved the house and painted it, and the kids come along. Pam was the eldest. She was born in 55, and Alan in 57, and Jeff in 60. And we were busy with them, and we used to go down and bring the cows up, and the cows and calves. That was great, you know. But yes, I wasn't really good farmer's wife, but
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I wasn't real mad on milking cows because I'd never done it, no, anything but.
So have you been chased by a bull at all?
No, thank goodness. We had only had Jersey bulls, and usually one now and again we'd get a younger one, but no, thank goodness I wasn't. I would have gone, I'll tell you.
It would have been an old walk-through shed then, wouldn't it?
It was, yes, it still was when I left there.
And milk cans and all that stuff?
Oh, yes, we had the milk cans, and poor old Colin, he used to have to hoist them up onto the back of the old ute we had, the old ute, the rattle trap, and take it out to the milk stand. It's a wonder he lasted as long as he did, doing all that lifting. But anyway, that was what we did.
Now, being a farmer's wife, you had to be hands-on, don't you? Because there's no such thing as not being hands-on.
No, you had to do everything. You couldn't call out to the bloke next door, or you could, I suppose, the bloke next door to help. But dear old Ed, he was our neighbour, and he was busy with his own farm. So, no, we got by, we did what we had to do, and reared the kids. They were all good and easy to rear, thank goodness.
Well, I've got a picture of you with a baby on one hip, an infant at foot, and fighting off tiger snakes at the same time. Did you have any situations like that?
Not really, no. We had a snake right near the back door, and I wasn't game to go, and we had an old shed there, and it went into the shed, and our toilet was in there, and I wasn't going to go to the toilet for I don't know how long, because I don't know where that snake was.
Not weeks, I
I don't know what sort it was, but I used to go down behind the trees because I wasn't game to go in there, but he probably went in and went out somewhere else, so he probably wasn't there, but we had some fun.
The good old outdoor dunny,
Yeah.
you know, the old thunderbox,
That's
it's
right.
famous for snakes, isn't
Oh,
it?
wasn't it ever? Yes.
Is that the only adventure you've had with the old outdoor thunderbox?
Well, I don't know, because it had to be emptied. Colin had to dig a hole and empty it, and when you think today, you know, the kids today wouldn't believe it, would they? Yeah, so, no, that was good. But we had another snake. I was sitting out in the track not far from the back gate and cleaning off the azalea things and whatever, and Colin spotted a snake just where I was been sitting. So he was coming over, he had the wood in the old pram, and he said, I've got to get that snake. So he threw a piece of wood and got him. Good shot.
Oh.
So he killed the snake. So he went in and told me what happened. I'm thinking, oh, blimey, you know. Here I'm sitting there cleaning up the bulbs and ready for planting again, and the snake was watching me.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
And now you used to drive the tractor too. You weren't backward about doing all that stuff and getting filthy, were you?
No, I got my licence the year we were married, so that was good. So I've always been able to drive.
Well, that's good because quite a few country women didn't actually drive, did they?
That's right, yeah.
You've been a bit of a suffragette in your time.
I have. I got them all going. And thank goodness I'm still driving, so, yeah.
What you did a bit of rabble-rousing, did you?
I did, yeah. Yeah, because I had to. Colin was milking, and when the kids got old enough, they had to go to footy and netball practice, basketball, and I had to drive them, of course. And Pam learnt music. I had to take her to music lessons, and no, just as well I could drive. Who
Too
else
right.
would have done it?
Well, that's right. Otherwise, you'd be stuck there,
That's
like, you know,
right, yeah.
Henry Lawson's drover's wife,
That's
just
right.
stuck.
Yeah.
And you drove the tractor out there for hay season, didn't
Yeah,
you? You were the driver.
I was the
How'd you go on those steep hills?
I didn't like them. I used to always lean the wrong way, and the tractor's leaning that way, I'd go this way. No, I wasn't real keen on the bit of the hills that sloped down, but no, I drove a fair bit. I drove when he was putting hay out.
But you still did drive on the steep, did you?
No, not very often. He'd get someone else to do it for the hay. Probably old Uncle Ernie would probably do that. Yeah, dear old fella.
So, apart from it being a shock, did it take you long to settle into farm life?
No, not really. I knew that was what I'd made my life, and I had to like it or leave it, and I liked it, so I stayed there. I liked him better than the farm, but...
Well, that's pretty handy, isn't it? Now, how did you go out there for water and things like that? Like for your house, you had your own water and caught your own water?
Yeah, we had the tanks at the house, 2 tanks. We ended up with 3, put another one up. And we had a spring, which was wonderful, not far down from the shed. So that was all pumped up to a couple of big tanks on big tall stands at the shed. So we had plenty of water there, so it was good.
I love a spring, and so you would have... perhaps your dad installed a windmill on it.
Yeah, so I had a garden and a veggie garden out the back fence, and it was good. We used to grow all our veggies, and I like flowers, and we had quite a few flowers and shrubs, and it was good.
Well, that's nice. And now go back to this spring and the windmill. Did you have a windmill on the spring? How did you pump the water from the spring? What, did you have a little dam on it or a little well or what?
You had a little motor that used to pump it up, if I can remember rightly.
What, a sort of a well situation, was it?
Yeah, it used to pump the water up. We put pipes up to the tanks, and as far as I remember, we never had a windmill, no.
And, well, they do say that spring water is just the most beautiful water. What do you think?
Lovely, yeah, beautiful. Yep. You can just drink it, get a cup and drink it. It was lovely, yeah.
Okay, now, how about the old washing day business? You wouldn't have had a nice electric washing machine, would you?
I had a little hoover with a ringer on it, and we had a copper, which we used to boil up the sheets and the nappies when they come along, and boil it all up and have it lovely and white, and it used to be a thrill to look out on the clothesline and see all the lovely white washing, and we'd get by.
Ah, you had a copper, eh?
Yeah, I had a copper.
You had to light a little fire under it and get it all...
get it going. Colin, I want more wood. Bring some more wood up. Right, I've got to get this copper boiling. Yeah, it was good. I knew no different. My mum had a copper, so I was used to it, so... Yeah,
good. And your little, what's your little hoover? Was that an electric one or a twin tub or what?
It's a little electric one, twin tub, because we had the power on. We got the power on. He had a, what do you call them? A light plant, and he had all the batteries, and he used to go and charge them up, and we always had power, which was good.
Ah, right. Yeah. So you didn't have mains power, you had a generator.
That's right. About 1957 we got the power through.
And what year did you get married?
54.
Oh, so a generator, eh? Could you hear it? Did it make a lot of noise?
It made a bit of a chug, 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 yeah. But at least we got lights, so it was lovely. We didn't care about the noise as long as we had lights.
And how much electricity would it provide?
Oh, I've got no idea.
I mean, heaps, you know, you could run
We
toasters.
never run out. I wish we had it today.
And your cooking for your stove, was that a wood stove too?
Yes, we had a Wellstead stove and got all our hot water through that. Good cooker, it was great for cooking. It was a great old stove and it was good to cook. Poor old Colin, he got quite a few duds, but he got some good ones.
What, stoves?
Eats, cakes.
Oh, cakes. Oh, well, that's good. You know, that's real farm. That's real living, I think.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, you can't go down the street and buy a cake, you know. But no, that wasn't heard of. But no, I used to bake, and the kids enjoyed it. And
did you have a cold, drafty old house?
No, the home was pretty good. And after a few years, we had it reblocked, and it was really good. And oh no, it wasn't drafty. It was wood lining boards. So I don't know what they were. So deep, and a bit of paint here and there. It was great. Brightened it up. Yeah.
Oh, very good. So he was a pretty good choice, all in all.
I reckon he wasn't too bad, you know, when you look around. I think I might have made the right choice. Well, I stuck with him for 63 years, so that's pretty good.
Oh, that is pretty good. And he hasn't been gone very long now either, has he?
No, just over 2 months. Yeah, 15th of August he went. And he went nice and peacefully, thank God.
Yes, well, that's good. And you don't miss the farm country life?
No. 1983, Colin decided we'd move off. The older son wasn't interested in farming. He did building like the younger one. And we decided we'd move to Druin. We got a home there and we were there for 28 years.
Oh, were you?
And that was great, yes. Got involved in things and with bowls and all sorts of things, the church in Druin. And then it got to the stage where he wasn't real good, so one of the boys said, I think we better think about something, you know, a little bit of help and that for Dad and for you, Mum. So we looked at this place up here at Fairview, and it's the best thing we ever did.
I know, it's a great little spot, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been here for, it'll be 6 years next month in November.
That's great. Now, what did Colin do in Druin to keep himself occupied? Did he have another job, or he wouldn't have been retired then?
No, it was wonderful.
He wouldn't have exactly been a wealthy dairy farmer.
He was not. It was today. He might have been, but not back then. But he was very lucky to get a little job with Mawara in Warrigal, the retarded centre. For driving, he drove for about 10 years, the little buses to pick up the clients for Mawara, and he thoroughly enjoyed that. So that was good.
And did you have to go out to work at any stage?
No, I've never had to work, thank goodness. He provided enough for me so I didn't have to. I went to bowls instead.
Oh, fantastic. Good on you. Well, he was a good provider, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. I bowled for about 27 years, and Colin had a couple of years bowling, and he gave that away. But, no, then we eventually got into Probus, and we had lovely trips and did all things, so we were always busy doing something.
Marvellous. OK, well, thank you for telling me just a few bits and pieces about you.
Thank you. Nothing, I'm not very interesting. But I suppose we've all got something to tell, haven't we?
We do.
Yeah.